If you've been planning to invest in something, property is the thing you can never go wrong. And it doesn't always have to be in your native country. There are so many countries in the world where you can buy a house or a condo under $200,000. Whether you opt for a condo or a house really depends on the location and how big the space is that you want. If you're looking to get the most out of your money when buying a home, then these are the best countries to buy real estate under $200,000. The countries mentioned in this video are ranked according to perceptions, living costs, type of climate, and returns on investment. There are no restrictions for foreigners to buy property in these countries, but keep in mind the financial procedures and real estate transactions in another country may work differently compared to those in your own country. So here are 10 best countries to buy property under $200,000. Number 10. Ecuador. There are no restrictions on foreign real estate investment in Ecuador. Anyone can freely buy property in Ecuador upon their arrival using only their passport as identification. Additionally, there are no restrictions on owning beachfront property as there is in some other countries. Furthermore, if you purchase a property for $50,000 USD or more, you will automatically be granted a residency visa as an investor in the country. Despite a recent downswing in the market, Ecuador's low cost of living and access to affordable healthcare make it a popular destination to buy property for expats. It's relatively easy to find property near the beach to build on for $30,000 to $50,000 if you want to get your dream house with your ideal layout. And if you want to live in the metropolitan area of the country, you can easily buy a 5-bedroom villa under $200,000. Number 9. Albania. If you are looking for a country where to maximize investments in immovable property, Albania is a great option. It has a good geographic location, a long coastline in the Adriatic and the Ionian Sea, and it's a short flight distance from the major European capitals. There are no restrictions on the foreign ownership of real estate in Albania except for agricultural land. Personal ownership is the most common case for a foreigner purchasing in Albania. Compared to its neighboring nations, it is a very cheap destination. You can spend a phenomenal week traveling through the country without breaking the bank. You can buy a 3-bedroom townhouse in any part of the country for under $100,000, and you can buy a 5-bedroom beach house by the sea for under $200,000. Number 8. Lithuania. There are many reasons for choosing Lithuania over other countries. Lithuania offers excellent universities and a strong education system, an upbeat atmosphere, a favorable climate, excellent food and beautiful views, and a high standard of property. If you are looking for somewhere to invest with long-term profit, or if you are choosing a country for a comfortable life, then you should definitely consider buying property in Lithuania. Property prices in Lithuania are different and vary from region to region and type of property. There is a wide choice of modern and stylish luxury real estate for sale, such as houses by the sea, villas, apartments, and commercial properties. A 5-bedroom house in a prime location can cost you around $180,000. Number 7. Argentina. There are no restrictions on foreigners buying property in Argentina except for homes in rural areas and along the border. The real estate market is thriving, especially in Buenos Aires, thanks to an increase in tourism. Many foreign investors are finding that those tourists would rather rent small apartments for the short term than stay in a hotel, since it's much more affordable. Because of this, demand is high and real estate prices aren't quite as much of a bargain. While the economy and the culture match up better with European countries, prices are still much better in Argentina than they are in Europe. If you choose to purchase an apartment, you are likely to make a decent profit. A 3-bedroom apartment in central areas of major cities can cost around $150,000. Number 6. Philippines. The Philippines is home to a large and welcoming community of expatriates who enjoy the low cost of living, inviting beaches, beautiful flora and fauna, tropical climate, and friendly locals. Although foreigners are prohibited from owning land in the Philippines, but can legally own a residence. Nevertheless, if you want to buy a house, consider a long-term lease agreement with a Filipino landowner. You can also purchase a property through a corporation, provided its ownership is 40% or more by Filipino citizens. On the other hand, buying an apartment can give you access to full ownership, and most of the expats in Philippines opt for buying an apartment rather than houses. Also, apartments in Philippines are quite cheap from Western standards. A 3-bedroom apartment costs around $80,000 to $100,000. Number 5. Norway. Despite property prices in Norway growing steadily more expensive, the country has one of the highest levels of home ownership in the whole of Europe. Expats with a residence permit in Norway are able to purchase property right away. In fact, foreigners without a residence permit can buy property in Norway, although the process will be lengthier and the services of a knowledgeable property agent are strongly advised. Finding property in a major Norwegian city such as Oslo can be an overwhelming and daunting task, not to mention expensive. But majority of the expats tend to buy property outside of major cities. A 3-bedroom house in any small city can cost you around $180,000 to $200,000. The prices may vary depending upon the location and amenities of the surroundings. Number 4. Uruguay. Uruguay is known for its stability. It's one of the main reasons many investors from around the world buy real estate in Uruguay. Most real estate in Uruguay is bought and sold in US dollars. This eliminates the cost of converting purchase and sale proceeds from one currency to another. In Uruguay, non-citizens can own full title to real estate without any hassle, and you can own any type of real estate the same as a Uruguayan citizen. That includes property near a coast and agricultural land. The most popular real estate investment among foreign buyers is apartments in the capital, Montevideo. The second most popular is apartments and single-family homes in a beach resort town. Average price for a single-family house can range between $140,000 to $200,000. Number 3. Spain. The Spanish property market is very diverse. There are some very expensive places, and then there are cheaper ones. It mainly depends upon the location when buying a property. According to recent research, Spain came out as second of 33 countries as best for first-time buyers. The reasons given were a combination of reasonable property prices combined with a favorable cost of living, as well as good average salary growth levels. All good reasons for buying in Spain. Anyone looking at the best places to buy property in Spain has a large choice. There are many small towns and coastal regions where foreigners can buy a house or an apartment for under $200,000. Number 2. Hungary. Buying property in Hungary has become much simpler in recent years, with only restrictions on some locations. Expats looking to purchase property can only buy what are considered urban or residential homes, with the rural property market largely reserved for citizens. But this still leaves expats with a huge market choice when searching for property. To buy real estate in Hungary, especially in Budapest and the surrounding area, is a really good investment. And there are a lot of apartments and houses in major cities of the country which are under $200,000. Number 1. France. France is a very popular place for expats looking to buy a new property abroad, whether they want a family holiday home or a long-term investment. The French property market is considered to be fairly stable, with house prices rising steadily. Needless to say, buying a property in major cities of France like Paris is almost impossible in a budget of $200,000. But property hunters in search of a real French bargain should head into the interior part of the country, such as Brittany, which has the most affordable places to buy a house in France. The average property price in Brittany is a touch under $200,000, which is not bad for a home close to the beach. But there's an awful lot of choice if your budget is only $150,000. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more amazing content.